This is Nathan. Welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at a scenario where Pakistan forms an empire. Yep, Pakistan's finally getting their empire. This was meant to be recorded. This is a fun fact. But after the Indian Empire video, this was meant to be recorded after India. I began recording and then stopped. And finally, after like nearly a year, we came back to Pakistan. Pakistan's first target. First off, they're surrounded by really strong countries. Iran, top 20. India, top 5. China, top 3. Afghanistan is not strong. I know they aren't. But they are strong if you're considering, like, what their country's like. It's a mountain. Normally, countries wouldn't be able to invade Afghanistan, but, in a scenario, Pakistan will be able to invade them. So Pakistani troops immediately enter into Afghanistan with seeing victories. These armies are trained for the mountains, and Afghanistan's not going to fight back. Not going to fight back. The Taliban hide in the mountains and never get hunted down. We have the capturing Kabul. And eventually Afghanistan will surrender. In the peace treaty, you know what's coming, don't you? Full annexation. This is the only way Pakistan's going to be able to get, like, further up, because they need to go into Central Asia. I always think for them not to invade Central Asia just because of Russia. But that's because of how much Rise of Nations they've been playing recently. In that game, you don't want to invade any Central Asia, otherwise you might be screwed by Russia. Anyway, Pakistan is now going to be focused on Central Asia as Iran, India, and China are too strong. So we have Pakistan's war declaration on Tajikistan. Now this is terrifying for Tajikistan because Pakistan is also buffed, so just let you know that. Pakistani troops are going to slam right into Tajikistan and wipe out the country very quickly. They lose. Oh no, did I forget the city name? The Bunchen? I don't know. I don't remember the city name. But anyway, they got steamrolled by Pakistani troops, like millions? It wouldn't be millions, would it? Anyway, they get fully annexed by Pakistan. And at this point, Central Asia is starting to get pretty scared because there's a strong power coming up through. Pakistan and Kyrgyzstan decide to sign a non-aggression pact. This is because Pakistan does not want to fight Kyrgyzstan. First reason, they're allies with China, and Pakistan doesn't want to really make China mad, because if they make China mad, they might be screwed. They don't really allies with Russia, definitely not India, and Iran. I don't actually know what the relations between those two are. Does anybody know what the relations between Iran and Pakistan are? I don't know if they're good or bad. Anyway, at a pretty ballsy move, Pakistan will declare war on Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan at the exact same time. This is a pretty ballsy move, just considering they are very large countries. And Uzbekistan has a lot of mountains, so the troops that invaded Afghanistan, they're going to do most of the work, capturing Tashkent and other cities. While we have another force being sent to Turkmenistan, which is basically just running through a desert. They are able to capture Ashgabat, where that city is. And after that, Turkmenistan they just cease to exist. Uzbekistan is on the same level here. Uzbekistan doesn't have really much going on in the more area. I don't know what they're called. Uzbekistan has a little bit of a bad issue with them, and it's that most of their population military is around here. Turkmenistan has the same issue where, like, most of their stuff is around here by the Caspian Sea. But in the peace treaty, we see full annexation of Turkmenistan, as well as full annexation of Uzbekistan. That's a pretty big move, considering these are some large countries, and Pakistan took both of them at the same time. So just like that, they annex both Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. At this point, they don't exactly have any areas to go. They have Kyrgyzstan, but they're sort of now allies with Kyrgyzstan, China. India is way too strong. So we have them doing a little bit of a sneaky thing and signing a pact with Saudi Arabia and Turkey. Now, I think you guys know where this is going. Pakistan, Saudi Arabia and Turkey are all going to go to war with Iran. Israel would be in this war if they could invade Iran, but they don't want this war to escalate to a world war. Now, why not invade Kazakhstan? Well, that's a very large country, and to be honest, Pakistan has no interest in invading Kazakhstan. So, Turkish troops stationed in Azerbaijan and their border will exit out into Iran. Saudi Arabia, if they can even do this, will go across the Persian Gulf and make a landing in this area of Iran. And Pakistan, having probably the longest border with Iran out of any country, they're going to begin sending troops down into the more deserty parts. Now, why would you do that? That's a bit of a dumb idea. Why not invade from up here? Well, that's because they don't want to. Turkey has probably got... Turkey's the second strongest country here. Taking out the Persian Gulf is more of a need right now. Take out the Persian Gulf, you're going to stop supplies coming in. Take out the Caspian Sea, you have to fight a lot of troops in Tehran. So they're doing a pretty smart idea here. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan will eventually link up and completely cut off Iran from the Persian Gulf. Basically stopping supplies that would be coming from like Africa or Southeast Asia. And now we see Pakistan trying to get to Tehran to cut off access from Russia, giving them supplies. They try to do a spearhead, which completely fails, and Iran will be able to kick this spearhead back. They also try to get back to the coast to get access to trades again, but it doesn't work. Turkey will now be pushing over to Tehran, and eventually, after weeks of fighting, we have the encirclement of Tehran. There's over 256,000 Iranian troops in Tehran, so this is going to be tough for them to do. But now that Tehran and the government has split off from the rest of Iran, we're going to start seeing rebellions popping up in Iran. They begin connecting up to each other, and eventually Iran is basically just going to collapse. A new government is going to take place, and eventually Tehran will fall, basically making this new government in power, which is going to make them surrender. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So we can see in the peace treaty that Saudi Arabia got some land across the Persian Gulf. And this makes Iran now landlocked as Pakistan takes the rest of the Persian Gulf access Iran had. Turkey took the northern bit of Iran, and now they can send supplies easily to Azerbaijan. And also Armenia might be screwed. And Pakistan has taken some more land. Iran's got a new government, so Russia lost Iran. Ouch. They basically not got any allies left other than their puppet, Belarus. They're not a puppet, I know, but to be honest, I don't know if they are or not. But we have Pakistan deciding they want to do one final thing. They bring in China for a coalition against somebody. Kyrgyzstan is also joined into this coalition. And who might this person the coalition is against going on to? That made no sense. What country is going to be attacked by these three? Number 3, number 4, number 5, definitely not number 4. Number 3, number 4, and number 5, and whatever Kyrgyzstan's ranking is. Well, you guessed it, India. Pakistan wants to sell their claims with India, as well as China in Kashmir. Kyrgyzstan's just in this war for... I don't know why Kyrgyzstan's in this war. I guess they're in this war just to get some war reparations if they win. Now the UN, I know, the UN technically does still exist, because the UN didn't exist, I don't know if this would even, what would happen. The UN, which has the big five in it, which is Russia, UK, France, USA, and China. NATO doesn't exist, and all that doesn't exist, but I guess the UN technically still exists. The UN is like, whoa, what are you two doing? When a big five member goes to war with somebody, it normally kind of triggers something. China's like selling my claims, and Pakistan says the same thing, as they're one of the big 10 powers, I would say. India never even expected this, so we see waves and waves of Pakistani troops entering to India, taking over pretty populated areas. They get near Delhi, but there's no way they're capturing New Delhi. We also see China and Pakistan work together to actually take out Kashmir, although that's very unlikely in real life. China will take over this claim they have over here and not really do much else, because there's a lot of mountains here. But after you get past the mountains, it's kind of like free range. So they get past this area and now are trying to get through this tiny little gap of a thing right here. They can't get through though because of the massive Indian troops. Pakistan makes an attempt to encircle New Delhi, but this completely fails and leads to a massive theft back by the Indians. At this point, India adds in an ally, which is going to be Nepal. I don't know. They just added Nepal into the war. That mountain. Pakistan takes a little bit more land on the coast and gets near whatever that city's called. Mumbai, there we go. They're not going to capture it though, because Mumbai is a massive city. It's one of the big 4 cities in India. Same with Kolkata, which is right here. This is why China's struggling, because the troops from Kolkata is moving up. China is going to sort of invade Nepal to try and invade into India, which goes well, but eventually the Indians are able to stop China from encircling Kolkata. There is a lot of troops in this war, and India is struggling to fight against it, as this is number 3 and number 5. Pakistan makes a good offensive, but it doesn't go well, as India nearly pushes them back. They don't get Kashmir, because again, there's a lot of Chinese troops there. Pakistan makes a really good offensive down here, as India moves their troops up to Kashmir to try and take it back. At this point, the UN is like, okay, something's got to be sorted out here, because this is obviously going to be a stalemate war. A few more months go past, and China is able to encircle Kolkata, and is actually able to take over that city. And now we see that this is getting very bad. Now, I know Pakistan, India, and China all have nukes, and if these guys went to war, it would be a nuclear war. There's no way it wouldn't be. But there's no nukes. I have never really talked about nukes. I don't include them. But this is the first time I think I've ever made these 3 go to war. Except for maybe the Stanistan episode. But other than that, these 3 have never gone to war. India is able to push Pakistan back from Mumbai, but in the end of it, that does lead to nearly them capturing New Delhi. But other than that, nothing else happened, and a peace treaty is signed between all 4 of these countries. Anyway, in the peace treaty, China and Pakistan take their claims of Kashmir, as well as this claim that was right here. And we can see that Pakistan took some more land as well. As you can see, they took more land. And India is very mad, although the UN is secretly backing them up with some money. I can imagine that the Kashmir claims are not settled, in all reality, they're probably worse than they ever been in all of history. These three are just a mess. If the settlements are ever settled, there's always going to be more border disputes. That's just what China, Pakistan, and India are like. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.